Hey, this is Dr. Dan Purser, danpursermd.com, my Facebook Live. Sorry we're a little late. We had technical difficulty, and it's the holidays, so it's kind of hard to get everything going,
Dr.
right?
Purser had to go and fix his hair. That's what technical
my hair.
difficulty
I have like
means.
one hair I had to fix, really.
I'm just
Fixed
kidding.
the one hair.
I fixed my one hair. I plastered it up. So this is what I have in my emergency medical home kit, also called the Dr. Purser Essential Storage Checklist. And this is pretty broad. I missed probably 100 things, so please forgive me if I did. But I tried to be kind of thorough, just going through our own personal list and things we have and things we're looking at and getting. We're LDS or Mormon, so we've been doing food storage and stuff like that for years. Utah has the most amount of food storage probably in the whole world. And so I had to make a few basic assumptions. Oh, let me introduce Brecken, who's across from me, giggling into the microphone.
Me first?
And Jackson, who's our boss, and
I too like to giggle into the microphone.
no, that's weird, Jackson. And he's also behind the camera, the microphone, and he's really the reason we're late. So you can blame him. But okay,
It is true.
So we're going to make a list of this, a PDF. So any of you want this list can download it. If we already have your email, no big deal. But if you want to join our email list, which that's the price you got to pay for getting the list, and all the other free things we're always giving away and stuff. So I had to make some basic assumptions on this. Why?
Which means what?
Well, when you're preparing a list like this, I mean, yeah, it can be for a month or a week or 2 days or 3 days. But also, you have to look at worst case scenarios. So I went, of course, knowing me, I'm a doctor, always prepare for the worst, hope for the best. And that always keeps you out of trouble, which is, knock on wood, kept me out of trouble for 36 years now. Anyway, so I figured the disaster would be at least 3 years in length. No matter how long you think it's going to be probably, no matter, and it's really bad and dark, it'll be probably 2 to 3 years in length before the world can get control of itself. Whatever it is. So whether it's an earthquake, a big EMP, a dam broke, a tornado, no, not a tornado. Well, yeah, maybe a tornado, a flood, who knows? I don't know what it could be. So you guys can use your imagination, especially with all the fun we've had in the last year and a half, 2 years. Yeah, you can imagine what else you're hiding from. So, and you got to assume there's no power. The fresh water is really hard to get. The food is gone from the shelves, and the pharmacies are all empty. Is that safe? That safe enough? That good?
Yeah.
It's a good assumption, I would say.
Going deep. Yeah.
Worst case.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I'm going to try and stay away from most of the bigger brands, like when I talk about some things, and because you guys will have to pick those out. I'll give you some tips and ideas I have. So,
Real quick, before we jump into all that, did we have a couple announcements?
Yeah, you blew right past my announcement section.
okay, go ahead and do your announcements. That's what I pay you the big money for.
We didn't even play the kalimba either. So.
Okay, guy, can you play the kalimba for play us a new song for the food storage checklist?
Food storage.
We got a song and it's singing too. That was beautiful.
That's wonderful.
Clap for him.
We could use that for years.
Food storage.
That
Great.
was truly hideous, Jack.
Oh, come on.
I'm really
That was a lot of pressure to come up with a whole new song right now.
It was a jingle. More than.
That's something, huh?
But announcement-wise, you guys have been asking for it, and it's that time of year always for sale. So
Where Dr. Purser shower. Oh, wait, what? That time of year where I take a shower?
You take one shower a year, just right around Thanksgiving, just to be clean for that meal. That's
For
all
the
it is.
winter, yeah.
For whoever goes into hibernation. But yeah, we are doing Black Friday sales starting Thursday, so join our email lists. We're doing it on both Dan Purser MD for testing. Big ones.
Testing?
Yep.
Don't do that to me.
And-
You about bankrupted me last time.
Physician Design, we're doing supplements, so join the email list on both pages, danpursermd.com.
And I will give you hints about some of the things we're selling tonight. Just little hints, maybe.
These are some of the biggest sales we've done to date, so we're excited.
Yeah, because I need you to store up
Yep.
for the long haul.
Yep.
I
So
want everyone to buy 3 years worth of everything.
make sure to sign up for the email list at physiciandesign.com. Also, Dan Purser, MD. And, of course, follow right here on Facebook. Make sure you get those announcements
Yep.
as soon as we go live.
And we're going to try and steal my Twitter back from whoever keeps stealing it.
He
Yeah.
keeps losing it. We don't know what
I
happened.
did not lose it. They stole it.
It got
Jackson got
locked
it
out.
back.
Yeah.
And then they stole it again.
Yeah.
They're little weasel Twitter thieves. Whoever you are, we're coming for you.
They saw your little, what's this called in the background? Grogu, and they were like, we're going to take his Twitter. Just because of that.
Okay, let's do this.
Real quick, give one
What?
more
Wait, what?
recap of what you were announcing just to catch everyone back up. We've had some new people jumping in.
Oh, what did I announce? What?
Or
What we're doing tonight.
What we're doing tonight.
Oh,
yeah.
we're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the actual show we're doing?
Yes.
Yeah, because this is going to be one of our longer ones. I'm sorry we are recording this. If you fall asleep, you can look at it again later and catch up on everything I said. So, what would I have in my emergency medical home kit, also called the Dr. Purser Essential Storage Checklist? This is what you want in your food storage, your medical storage, all that. And clearly, there's no way I can cover everything. I'm going to show you books where you can get more ideas before we sign off this. We'll buzz through a lot of stuff. So I had to make some basic assumptions. At least, this could be for a day, a week, a weekend, a month, 3 months, 6 months. It could be for a flood, a disaster. I'm assuming I kind of did it for an EMP because that was just the worst thing I could think of happening. But yeah, so it's going to be long, hard, and ugly. So at least probably 3 years. It's always longer than you think. So it's going to be. And there'll be no power, no fresh water or hard to get, food gone from the shelves, pharmacies are all empty. Those are what you got to assume. No power, and you can't drive anywhere. Now, when I say no power, there's no power. You can't drive anywhere because the EMP will take out your vehicles. So first and foremost, number one, have a plan. You need to write it down, go through it, maybe start with this checklist, expand it, do whatever you can to fulfill it and slowly but surely build it up. Assume 3 years of trauma and practice starting up the plan every Christmas holidays, maybe twice a year. Just, even if it's a 30-minute run through to what you're going to do. Bobby, you're going to do this. Joe, you're going to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. If you're at work and something hits like that, you may have to walk all the way back to your house.
Yeah.
And that could be hard. Because if the dam broke up in the mountains there, we'd have to swim back to our house. It'd be horrible.
You'd be pretty good up. Oh, from here?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think something to note, this Facebook Live isn't to scare anyone or make it be
No.
it's not
Just to
it's
give
not
you
a fun
comfort.
topic, but also think about those people in Texas who they had those floods last year.
No, freezing.
Yeah, freezing, but it flooded their house and caused it to freeze, I guess it was the freezing
There's a
weather
freezing.
caused
Yeah, it
the
went on
house
for
to flood.
months.
And so it's these situations that we're just trying to give awareness to so people can feel a little bit more prepared, that's
Yeah.
our goal.
Have a plan. The plan should include 3 basic things at least: food, water, power, and heating. So that's kind of 4 things, but the power and heating I threw in there together. Food, water, power, and maybe medicine too. So yeah, for sure medicine for some of you. Practice it often, at least once or twice a year. So here we go. I'm going to start at the top. This is just some interesting prep stuff, but copies of the Holy Bible and other scriptures you may use or other religious texts you use, and with marker pencils. Because if you're stuck in your house eating freeze-dried food for 3 years, you need something to read, and that's one of the best things to read. Rand McNally, U.S. by States Roadmap. I'll show you one here in a minute. I got it now. I keep updating this every few years because GPS may not work. So here it is. It's really big. You can get off Amazon, watch for sales for it, stuff like that. The Rand McNally, this is 2021 from this year. So Rand McNally. And it shows all the maps, side streets, side roads, everywhere else, all throughout the country and territories. So easy to get all this stuff now. So here's the Prepper's Home Defense book that's really good. 150 survival secrets you can also get. That's going to be helpful. The critical, I know it sounds weird, but it's the Old Farmer's Almanac. This is the 2022 edition, still in print. and I always try and get one of these every few years. They're incredibly accurate. When the Grid Goes Down, this is an interesting book, more about solar preparation and stuff. Useful Knots. If you don't know knots, this is a kind of handy book. I'm just showing you some of the books I have. I have others. The Prepper's Long-Term Survival book is another one. This is one for especially all you moms, wives, medical personnel, nurses, nursing assistants. The Prepper's Medical Handbook is really good to have. And you ought to see my bug out bag. It is monstrous. I won't even get into all what's in there. This is my favorite, The Forgotten Skills Self-Sufficiency Used by the Mormon Pioneers. My neighbors, me. There's all that. Let's keep going. Saved the best book for last. Bushcraft 101, A Field Guide to the Art of Wilderness Survival, which pretty much Utah will be wilderness.
What is it called again?
Bushcraft 101, A Field Guide to the Art of Wilderness Survival.
That's hilarious.
So this is probably the most interesting, hard to get book of my collection. It's the Modern Survival Manual, Surviving the Economic Collapse. This is by Fernando Furfel. How do you say this last name, Jackson? Aguirre? Aguirre, yeah. In Venezuela, how he survived the crash of their economy, everything else. I've followed his web page, his blog for years. Every day he'd blog about what he did to survive that day and everything else. Fascinating. So he finally wrote a book about it. I found this was a used copy on Amazon for $34.95. They're really hard to get. And it's a great book. Furfel, you can probably find his website still. It's really good. So those are the kind of books I have, and a lot more just to read. Probably one of the best books you can read ever about what it could be like is The Last Centurion by John Ringo. It takes you a while to get into it. It's a great, great book. But when they get into the grasshopper dance section, that's really what you want to look for these kind of issues. So you want to belong to a church or large family structure. We have a large family structure in a church, so we're much better off than most. That's really helpful. That's the groups that survive these things. Again, have a plan with these closest of friends and family. So remember this, it usually takes 48 to 72 hours of food and water stoppage before everything starts to go medieval. I mean, 8th century medieval. So where people go kind of nuts, and that's what everyone estimates where it'll be. Utah will probably be a little more cohesive, but the inner cities could be bad. So, okay. So here we go. Here's the actual checklist. Group health and safety. You need a backyard latrine setup plan or some kind of latrine setup plan. You need sharpened oiled shovels, sharpened oiled axes. Let me back up to the backyard latrine setup plan. That means that you'll dig a hole in the backyard, and that's where and you got to have everything available to cover it back up because you might need it for 3 years. So different holes. I know it sounds hideous and weird, but that's what you got to do if there's no running water. Sharpened oiled shovels, sharpened oiled axes, sharpened cleaned oiled saws, chainsaw with fuel. You need poop or slop buckets. They're available. Where you can sit them on the toilet for night soil and stuff like that in your house. This is where it's getting medical in case we get some kind of virus or something like that hideous that's breaking out. That's all I'll say about that. N95 masks, latex gloves, biohazard suits. They're cheap on Amazon. Face shields, garbage bags, lots of garbage bags. Hand washing machine. They are available where you do it by hand. Solar station powered freeze fridge, Bouvet, Bouve or Blue Eddy or Renogy can have those, and you can pick them up during the sale coming up on Black Friday. Is it Black Friday and Cyber Monday? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You need weapons. That's all I'll say about that. Bows, arrows, baseball bats, axes, guns, whatever you got. I know you guys my followers tend to be pretty well armed, I think. At least you have lots of bows, arrows, and big Bowie knives. Okay, so you need a potable water system for drinking or cleansing, though they've done studies in the military has also used baby wipes. I to have a big bag of baby wipes. The studies showed that you need 3 per day on average for each person. You can wipe these off. You can kind of quick bathe with them. These are actually Huggies. They're the best ones. They'll go in your backyard latrine when you use them. Bag them up. But you can use one in the morning when you wake up, one in the evening before you go to bed, and one in the midday for whatever you need it for. You can figure that out. But soldiers use them occasionally when they're on active duty in the field and can't get to water. So it does work. You need something called bathtub water bobs. You can get them on Amazon. If something happens, fill them quickly with water in your bathtub, and because it can give you, I think the equivalent of 55 gallons in each bathtub of clean water. So if you have 3 bathtubs like we have, that's a lot of drinking water. Also, you need a water catchment system if you get the money. You can do as much as 1,000 gallons. You got to get it all licensed through your city and everything. And you put that in your backyard to catch all the rainwater and moisture you get off the your roof and everywhere. You can go 500 to 1,000 gallons, or you can do a 500-gallon hot tub or 700-gallon hot tub or a swimming pool with cover. They get a lot of water in those pools and stuff. And then if you cover it, it can last. You need clean buckets to carry water with or to pull water out of. Also get some 55-gallon drums of water. You can fill them with water. You pre-treat the water with a few drops of Clorox. There are rules online. You can look those up. You also need several bottles of Clorox for long-term use. Other water purification options, there's a lot out there. You can buy, and I know I've got several in case I have to go up to the river here in Provo River, which is not far from us. It comes out of the mountains. Also, Berkey water filtration system is the best in the world. You can get one of those, or you can get other kind of water filters, including life straws and all kinds of things on the market that are quite good nowadays. Where if you have to travel somewhere or go up to get water in the mountains or wherever, you can create potable water as you go. There's some 4-gallon water containers that are quite good. You can get. We have a bunch of these in case we got to carry water. What it looks like. So it's still in the bag. I know you guys probably think I'm completely nuts, but that's an easy to carry water bottle. So all kinds of water filters, 4-gallon water containers to transport water. A bicycle, I know this is totally crazy, a bicycle with a trailer to transport water or whatever you need to transport. Someone is injured or whatever, with a trailer in the back that you can pull. We live up a steep hill right on the edge of a mountain. And so it's our not heavily populated, but quite populated area here in Provo and above a high school. And so, but we're not far from the Provo River, maybe 2 miles, 3 miles, maybe.
Yeah. Not
Yeah,
far.
probably 3 or 4 miles. Yeah. So easy bicycle ride downhill, but a hard bicycle ride uphill.
Yeah.
But you can certainly push it. So now you need to deal with power and heating. Remember the 4 things you got to do: potable water system, an entertainment system, which is the books and all that. And I'll talk more about that here in a minute. Power and heating, food storage, and personal medical and health. So I'm with the solar power station options. Also, we'll probably put solar panels in, maybe our house, but what size is what you got to determine. There are 200-watt heaters on Amazon, and they're the lowest wattage you can get. But, for example, it can get 5 below here or 10 below here. Rarely, it's rare, but it can. Usually it can get down to 0 some days in winter. And so we'll have to make sure the water's been drained from our walls so it doesn't freeze in the winter. But the 200-watt heater, if you run it for 7 hours, that's 1,400 watts. You can drain even a really big solar power station in 7 hours at night, just trying to keep warm. And that little heater won't heat up much if you're all in one room and it's a closed room with heavy insulation. You can probably do it. But you got to have a lot of extra blankets, extra socks, extra work gloves, extra gloves to wear to bed at night. You can do space saver bag packed extra bedding, and there's of course the 200-watt room heater, which will help. I'd have a backup or two. The one I like is Lasko, Lasko. Read the reviews. There aren't a lot of options on Amazon, but that's one of them. And it can run off a solar power station as long as it has, 1,000 or 1,500 or 2,000 kilowatt hours. That's not kilowatt, but watt hours. 2,000 watt hours. That's a big solar power station. Those are kind of pricey. So, or I think for car batteries, we use the AGM batteries in Mercedes, and so they're really big. We have 4 of those batteries, 2 backups and 2 regular ones in our cars. So I'll hook that system up too. You get 36 and 48-hour emergency candles too. You can get, so you don't have to use your power to. You can use these, and we have a bunch of these 48-hour candles, survival candles. So you can have a couple hours at night of light, especially in the winter. Waterproof matches. Also, there's the lighter I like is by Zippo. It's their what's that thing called? I think it's on there somewhere. Zippo. Yeah, here it is. It's the double plasma arc lighter. Just recharge off the solar station. Thing is good for 400 charges, or every time you recharge it, 400 lights. It's just a plasma beam. It's like a lightsaber. Kind of weird. It's like a 1-inch lightsaber. So, okay, we're going to power and heating.
Real quick, if you just want to remind everyone that we'll send them this list later.
Yeah, we're gonna create. This is gonna be a PDF list. We'll send it to you, so you don't have to take notes. And you just gotta sign it. Oh, take notes. Yeah, I'll take them anyway. Okay, yeah. And plus this will be up for review, so know all that. And we'll definitely send you the PDF if you're on our email list. If you're not, join our email list, and you'll get this. Request this, and you'll get it, or
we'll send it out this week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this week. Okay. So yeah. So back to the power and heating. You want to get waterproof matches too. I think I said that. And the Zippo plasma arc lighter, which is really a scary thing. Okay. Food storage. Wow, this is the hard one. For 3 years, you need 2,000 calories a day per person minimum, and you got to be really careful what you do. The food storage you buy, because some are like for 1,500 or 1,200 calories. You'll be down to nothing within 3 to 6 months. You do that, you'll be starved to death, and it's not enough food. 2,000 is kind of the minimum. So, and that gets real pricey quick. So, one thing I have done that's helped over the last 4 or 5 years, every time Halloween comes by or Christmas goes by, I go to Walmart and some of the other stores around here and buy up all the chocolate candy. I know that sounds totally crazy, but then I vacuum pack it. I can it in big jars. What are those jars called? Big stone masonry jars. Masonry jars. Yeah. Wow. I just said it. And they can last up to 20 or 25 years. So we can supplement our meager food storage of 1,800 or 2,000 calories a day with some of that, especially if we're doing hard labor outside. With a few bites of chocolate can really help keep our weight on. It's going to be hard. Extra dog pet food too. You need that. Lots of filled natural gas containers for your grill out back. You need that. So now for the personal, medical, and health section. You need your favorite essential oils: peppermint, orange, oregano, lemon, clary sage, thieves. You got to have all those. And you have others that you'll like. Those are the ones I like, so we'll have those. Already have them. You need steri strips, lava soap, because your hands are going to be grimy from hard work maybe some days, and it's good to clean your hands with it. 70% rubbing alcohol, cotton balls and pads, some Hibiclens or Physohex for wound cleaning, sutures if you can get them. Kotex pads or tampons can be used for what they are designed for, or in trauma situations too.
You don't have to use that brand specifically. That's
right.
Just what he knew.
Sorry, I'm a dork. I'm a dad.
I know, I'm teasing
I'm a dad. What do I know? That box of things over there. Don't send me to the store for them, because you don't know what I'll come back with.
Kotex.
Yeah, or worse. Okay. To keep your sanity, women need. Here's where I can come in: extra progestins plus, or we have something else that is going to be available that was more readily available because I'm not can't legally sign up to be a Young Living distributor. You guys know I love Young Living, and we make products for them, and we worship the ground they walk on. So either buy all the progestins plus you can get your hands on, or Designs for Health Progestavel. Comes in a 30 milliliter bottle. Has about 20 times the amount of progesterone in it that Progestavel does, and has a really long shelf life, like 2 years. So, and we're going to have a bunch of those here on sale, right, this week. I was thinking we could go, like if they buy 3 of those for a certain amount of money that shall not be named yet, they get a free copy of my progesterone book.
He likes throwing things at us last minute.
Sorry, surprise.
I don't know if we can do it.
We don't have them on hand right now.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not here
The
yet?
books.
Oh, we have got like 10 books, don't we?
10.
Yeah, that's only 10.
Well, I don't think more than 10 people want 3 bottles. Will
If
they?
you offer
Well,
it,
we'll back
people
order
will.
it then. Okay, we'll order the books, and when they start coming in, we'll
We'll
get it
see.
to you.
We'll see if we make that something
Okay.
available.
Okay, well, yeah. Well, that means you're going to veto me. Don't. Okay. I'm not in charge of this company, as you can tell. I'm just a little laborer here. Okay, Clary Sage, which I dearly love. You need some of that. You want to get our MTHFR Endure and Renew. Copper Balance if you have fibro. VARS glutathione for a lot of other needs, and to detox and for if you have fibro. Extra thyroid medication if you take it. Talk to your doctor about giving you extra prescription. You can go, not use your insurance on it, go pay cash for it. If it's legal in your state, extra blood pressure meds. If you take it for emergencies, that's probably completely legal and fine. I use the oregano essential oil. Do you know what for? Brecken, do you know what for?
Your throat?
Yeah,
Sore?
make a tea from it.
Mm-hmm.
For when you get a bronchitis or anything like that, works really well. You might want to look at Singular Spray for rashes, skin renewal, all that or whatever. Deep relief for obvious reasons. And please try our new gel in January for the pain. Is very, very, very good, and pretty much mostly all natural. Though it is an FDA registered product with some lidocaine in it, but it has a very strong long shelf life. Will be an FDA registered product.
Also good for bug bites and other things too.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's on the label.
What if your dog bites you?
Use more.
Oh, what? No.
Use
You
more.
probably have other issues.
You
if
want
your
lots
dog
of
bites you.
aspirin around. You never know when you might need it for various things.
Mm-hmm.
Liquor, alcohol for trading or for medicinal. I know, it's just the
That's
way it
kinda fun.
is.
Hey, someone actually asked what to do if you have prescriptions that need to be kept cold, like refrigerated.
Yeah, we're going to get to that.
Okay, cool.
Because I'm in that situation too. And if you're diabetic, you might be in that situation. So, triple antibiotic ointment, bandages, steri strips again, medical tape, gauze pads, medical tape. Oh, I said that twice. Wow, I'm a dork.
You don't have to delete it. It's okay. You can keep going.
Okay, sorry. I'm such a dork. I was going to delete it. Lots of garden seeds, not the hybrid kind, in case you grow something. But if you're going to be a dirt farmer in this, you're doomed, because it takes a lot of acreage and a lot of land and a lot of hard work to grow plants. You might make a small garden in your backyard, but I know around here the deer are a problem. Well, those deer won't last long. If it gets tough times, they're going to be gone quick. So you want extra toothpaste, extra toothbrushes, extra female pads like Kotex again. So you want to get a refrige from Bouvet, or Bouvet is spelled Bouve, or Blue Eddy, or Renogy. I think I just bought one. I can't remember who I bought it from. It's coming.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And they're cheap, but they'll run off your solar power, and you can run them off a solar station at night, a small one. You're going to watch for all that on sale on Friday and Monday. I definitely look for them. They put them on sale all the time, too, those solar panels or the solar stations. Solar stations are really just lithium batteries. LiFePO 4 are the best ones out there. And Blue Eddy's starting to use a lot more of that lately. But there's some really good. There's Jackery. There's oh man, I'm not blanking on all of them. Balder, Baldr. Jackery spelled Gackery. There's Blue Eddy, Bouetti. There's Renogy, and there's others. So look at all those. Try and catch the sale. Buy what you need. But to run a little heater, 200-watt heater at night, 200 watt, which is the tiniest one on Amazon. It's to run it for 7 hours. It's 1,400 watts. You have to have stored, and you can't run these down past 10%, or you'll kill the solar station. So you got to be careful with them too. And they'll most of them will shut off when they get close to that. So some mental happiness items. I know I'm looking at this, not looking at you. I don't know which camera to look at. Deck of playing cards or 2, deck of Uno cards, a chess set, board games of all kinds, hard copies of books, pocket Kindle reader, but you must store it EMP proof. That's another thing. You need a lot of aluminum foil, because if you wrap something 3 times, supposedly and really are careful about it, supposedly it'll protect it from EMP. So I don't know why that's my big concern. Probably not a concern, but I don't know. Anyway,
He's got to have his books.
worst case scenario, yeah. So my books are on that, but also I run my solar station. So a lot of them are Bluetooth, and you can see what their batteries are doing, stuff like that. So I've already got a backup iPad. I've got all wrapped up in tinfoil. Yeah, I'm gonna have a tinfoil hat. I'll wear it. I'm teasing. Okay. You also need a week-long last-minute basic survival bug-out bag. And on Santa's list for Christmas, here's what I've got. Emergency crank radio, shortwave radio. Remember, you're going to wrap all these 3 times in aluminum foil. Solar power station, 100-watt solar panel or panels. Understand what you're doing. A 200-watt heater. I'd explained why it's the lowest wattage you can get on Amazon. Forget trying to get cool. You may want to have some low-watt fans for the summer if you're living in Florida and places like that. Just know in Utah we're going to be trying to survive sometime in late December, January, and February. It gets harsh around here. And everyone in Wisconsin, too. TV antennas, you can get those. Your TV probably won't work, or might, according to what caused all this. And the antennas can do amazing things nowadays. You need rainwater catch basins, even if you get smaller ones and don't get a whole system put in. You can get back to the heavy-duty aluminum foil. I'll explain why. Sharp axe, chainsaw plus fuel, generator plus fuel, high-quality Zippo lighter. Remember, I'd like the double plasma arc lighter. They are on sale right now on Amazon. You want DFH, Essential Progestival, MTH of our Endure, Copper Balance, Bars, Glutathione, and your favorite Young Living products, too. And look on our website later this week for the sales that are going to come out, because they will be huge.
They're good.
Monsters. Are they monstrous?
They're monstrous.
Okay. Do I questions?
That was a lot. People were really like, I feel like I'm drinking out of a fire hose.
Sorry, I know. You guys don't like these long explanations, so I apologize.
Now, everyone's very excited for that PDF, so we'll do a good job making sure that's all put together.
Are you going to put my picture on it? Smiling?
Yeah.
God, that
You with
won't
the
want
next.
it then. They'll scare them off.
We almost should make this into like a small book, a pamphlet or something, just with a lot of your instructions and other things.
What? Oh, there's Heather. I only asked a question. Oh, she disappeared.
Don't read the comments.
Don't
you'll
read
get
You'll
lost
distracted.
in them. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I was trying to help. Sorry, Melanie, I didn't answer your question. So, okay. I did see Heather and Snarty saying something.
She's doing a good
She's
job.
doing good.
Making notes.
She's working it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Good. Heather and
as
Snarty
always,
is awesome.
We always have a replay as soon as this is over, so you guys can watch us over and over again to get all your resources and stare at his cute little face.
Oh, yeah, I didn't show this thing. This is an emergency survival kit. You can get all this kind of stuff. I have tons of this stuff now. I'm ready for, like, complete nuclear survivor.
How long have you been a survivalist? Someone asked that.
3 months. No.
3 months.
You've had a food storage going for a long time and just have
Yeah, I've
slowly
been
collecting
canning chocolate for quite a while, which is totally weird.
for a long
I'm really
time.
embarrassed to mention that, but I'm going to mention it. Oh, this thing's freaking waterproof and everything.
It's a great survival kit if you can get it open.
Yeah, but look all it's got in there. Everything. It's got everything you can live on to last for, including a blanket and everything. So, yeah. If you're depending on this, though, you are in trouble. You're in big trouble. You're going to last about a week, maybe a day. Those are fishing lines and everything else in there. But this is just in our bug out. One of the things in our bug out bag. Actually, I think I've got 4 of these in there.
Someone said their husband is listening, and he said that guy knows his stuff.
Thanks, Hubs. Yeah, well, I've worked ERs for years back before they had ER specialists. I've done all this. I've seen so much trauma and stuff in my life. You got to be ready. I'm the guy you want next door to you if the crap goes down. So, do that. And lots of people want me in their groups. So, okay. Any questions? I need thoughts. Any real interesting points anyone made that I want to?
Yeah,
repeat?
there were a lot of good comments throughout. People
good
were
feedback of like, oh, make sure you're in a debt-free house. Make sure you have land.
Like if they have, yeah, that's great. For most of us, yeah.
Canned nut seeds and dry fruits, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, do all that you can, yeah.
Cash on hand.
If you have an EMP or some type of electrical problem like that go off, forget it. I don't think anyone's going to care if your house is debt-free or not.
People really want your oregano tea recipe, even though it's so basic.
It's like heat the water up and you drop like 4, it's probably, I don't know, maybe 6 ounces of water, 7 ounces of water. And you put like, just flavor it to, you can't really flavor that stuff. It'll burn the hair off your tongue. But you put about 3 to 8 drops of oregano essential oil in there. Stir it up and then choke that bad boy down.
So going back to keeping medications cool, you mentioned a certain refrigerator with a solar panel hookup. Is that the idea?
Yeah, you can hook it up to a solar panel. They have batteries, or better yet, you hook it up to your solar station. It plugs in there, so you can keep it. It'll last it for 8 hours. Keep it cold, and you keep it shut. It'll stay cold all night, and especially if you're in Utah or someplace like Utah. But yeah. And if you rotate your solar stations, you can keep it pretty much running 24/7. So,
and then what about prescription medications in general? How can they stock up on it? What should they be doing?
I know that's a hard one.
Yeah.
If it's a controlled substance, forget it. You can't do that unless you do it, and I don't want to know how you do it. So, if you don't take one occasionally, but you shouldn't be doing that. That's why I'm saying get other alternatives, like our stuff we're coming out with, which is pretty crazy good. You just got to know a doctor, someone you've been to for years, someone you trust. You can't use your insurance to buy it. You stock up on thyroid or whatever. There's just ways to do it. You just got to know someone. You don't want to do anything illegal for a county, state, district, whatever. So I'm not advising that. Follow all the laws. Be super careful. That's all I'll say about that.
Sure.
Some states it's a lot harder to do than others. So,
yeah.
But especially blood pressure medicine doesn't hurt to have an extra bottle of it. So you don't have a stroke or whatever. But I think people lose weight so much, so fast. Blood pressure won't be a problem for long.
Yeah. Definitely, I would, in my opinion, most of these things that you've suggested are really for worst case scenario.
Yeah, worse. Not like a month-long thing.
But they are excellent to have regardless.
And in little cases, these things can benefit you greatly if they're like the power goes out. Just knowing that you have a backup, like you can use the solar panels.
Yeah.
Just knowing you have food storage, you can start using if times get rough.
A good earthquake will wipe out that dam north of us, and that's our power and our water. So it'll all wash down below us. It'll be pretty awful. But it's that dam up in the canyon right above us. It won't hurt us. We're so far up the hill. I don't think it will. So
I think this lady, she just said knowledge is your best tool. And that's what you always think across the board. Being knowledgeable and knowing what's going on is the best way to
plan
go.
it. Have an idea. Know all the options. Just kind of keep your ear to the ground and nose to the wind. And see what you can smell or see coming, and you'll probably get some warning unless there's a big earthquake like up in Idaho a few years ago.
Just be
Places
prepared.
like that. Yeah, or a blizzard. But we've had 5-degree days here, -5, -10, -15 before here, but it's been a long time. So, and it was harsh. You couldn't start, cars wouldn't start, the batteries are all frozen, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, and it got weird, but it was only for a day or 2 or 3. So, yeah, if it can happen in Texas, trust me, it can happen at 7,000 feet altitude in Utah. So, pretty easily. I'm surprised it hasn't. So, yeah, but I'm just got to cover all the scenarios. And worst case scenario is some of them might go on for 2 or 3 years, longer than you think. It's always longer than you think. It will be. So I hope this helps. We'll publish this list. Get those books if you need more information. Get better ideas. Take care of yourself. Get what you can from us. We'll try and put everything on sale so it's super cheap so you can stock up.
Yep, really good sales on all of our supplements this week and on all the testing we offer through Dan Purser MD. So
Yeah, don't walk into it with a vitamin deficiency. So
oh yeah,
It's important.
yeah, if you're not Young Living, I like Life Extension 2 per day as a multivitamin. Has no iron, no copper, which is nice for a lot of people, especially older people. But it's cheap. It's like $15 a bottle for I think it's 2 months worth. Maybe I'm wrong. You can always take it 1 a day or 3 a week if you're really strung out for vitamins and need them. I'm also assuming now we do a lot of medical care in our area, but we have like 8 doctors in our neighborhood. We're gonna be busy.
Yeah.
I don't know what we'll be doing. We'll be farming or something, shooting deer. So yeah, we got a lot of good doctors in our area. So in my little neighborhood. So okay, I love you guys. I won't drag this out any further. God bless and go in good health, please. And I hope we never have to use any of this. Makes me cry thinking about it.
Be happy. And
Be
on
happy.
a good note.
be happy. There are good things to look forward to.
Yeah.
Is all just to be prepared.
Just be prepared.
Yeah.
That's all we.
Sorry, I won't cry. I won't cry.
All right.
I'm not going to cry.
Sign up for the email list.
Sound it out
That's the best way to get it.
and get that list. Okay, bye.